first one was about sustainable transport in the city. What will you be doing to sort of promote safer walking and cycling in the city?
Yeah, so I think a whole lot really. I mean, one of the things central to the Labour Party, central to why I want to be in politics, is essentially for a kind of greener, to make us a greener country. All those commitments that the Labour Party have made to kind of decarbonisation of electricity, the green energy bonds, growing the green investment banks, all very, very important. Now, part of that, alongside that, is encouraging more walking and more cycling. I think we need more and better cycle routes. I think we also need to be encouraging rail, actually, and you have schemes like a park and ride, which we've just been talking about. Now that obviously decreases the amount of traffic that we have on the road, and thus the amount of the pollution that we have. I think also encouraging more rail travel. We've got an appalling rail deal. People go on about it. They're absolutely right. I think we've got the worst links with London of any city in England. And it's not just about London, it's about Nottingham and Sheffield and Doncaster and Scunthorpe, and so we need to beef up rail as well.
Okay. Back on the health subject, you said that in order to tackle some of the problems in the NHS in the area, we needed more nurses, more staff.
Definitely.
What would you do to improve, however, the access to mental health services in particular?
Really, really important. I think the mental health side of things, unfortunately, mental health services have been cut at kind of a higher rate than other health services over the last 5 years, and that's something that people are really concerned about. So part of it is about money. You've got to invest in treatment for mental health problems. Two other things I think you've got to do. You've got to think more about preventative care. So you've got to invest in things like talking therapies, which kind of catch problems earlier on and don't stop and stop them developing. The other thing I think you've got to do is to join up mental health and physical health, because at the moment they're thought about in kind of two individual silos. You've got the services are divided, the pots of money are kind of divided. I think you've got to join them up, because the likelihood is, if you're suffering from a physical complaint, that can, alongside that you can develop a mental complaint as well, and vice versa. The mental can move into the physical. So, yeah, I think we need to think about those two things much more holistically.
Okay, and one last question for those that are watching on Periscope. What are you proposing to sort of bring to help people suffering with low wages and poverty in the area?
Yes, yeah. So, well, it's kind of core to why I'm a member of the Labour Party, and why I want to represent Lincoln in Parliament, is this issue of poverty. Unfortunately, we've got far, far too many people in the city who are not earning enough to live on. We've got really high child poverty in certain pockets of the city. We've got high fuel poverty as well. I just don't think, we're the sixth richest economy in the world. I don't think in those circumstances we should be so tolerant of the levels of poverty that we have. So a whole host of things that we need to do. Key to that is pushing up the minimum wage. So Labour have said that we want a much higher minimum wage. I think we said £8 by 2019. There's other stuff we need to do around the cost of living, freezing energy bills, tax cut for working people, bringing the cost of childcare down. Childcare is really, really expensive at the moment. We talked earlier about reforming the private rental market. All of that stuff will hopefully lift people out of poverty here in Lincoln and nationally too.
Thank you very much for your extra time there as well.